Whenever you're ready, James.
So I know cellos just got this now because they didn't get the email earlier. So I'm going to take it a little slower just so we can all get it. There's some complicated rhythms, so just keep count, and if I feel we're getting lost, I'll stop and get us going. So let's start right at the beginning and see where we get us. 1, 2. Rhythm down, and then we can start continuing on. So let's start at the where violin, two viola, and cello have the pizzicato. The first 8 measures sounded really nice. It was all unison and sounded good. So let's start at the pizzicato, no violin 1, at measure 9. You all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to take this even slower. 1, 2. How about this? I will count off every 1 and 2 and so that you can get where the beats are. Alright? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 1 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 and 2 and Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. I'm sorry, I'm counting to 4 for some reason. So let's do that one more time. I'm going to do it a little faster. Make sure you feel where those offbeats are. So let's do that one more time, tiny bit faster. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2. All right. So that sounds a little better. It's making progress. So let's add the first violins, get it a little bit faster, and then we'll move on for time's sake. Same place, measure 9. 1 and 2 and. Continuing on, that rhythm was a lot better. There's some intonation issues, and I can really use more seconds. Okay. But for the sake of moving on, let's just start at A, and let's just keep going so we can get through this. Letter A. And I can use more seconds, like I said. 1, 2. Let's do that transition. Let's start at letter B. I like the sound. Let's get the, so let's do that again. I really like that sound. You okay there? Sounded like an old Led Zeppelin song for a second. Good enough. All right, so let's start at letter B. Make it big, and then when you have that decrescendo, really bring it down. So letter B. 1, 2. letter C one more time, just so we can get into the section a little more. We got a little lost trying to catch the tempo. So actually, instead of that, I apologize. Let's go back to the transition where we were. So measure 16, which is 5 after B. Right, we all have those 3 notes in the decrescendo. 56. I read my 5 as a 1 for some reason. Yeah, measure 56, which is 5 after B. Can't even read my own handwriting. All right, measure 56. 1, 2. Let's do the rhythms that we did earlier, because that seemed to help. So no first violin again. We're going to do this once just so you guys can get the rhythm, but then keep it moving. So just that letter E, those rhythms that you have. Letter E, seconds, violas, cellos. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. All right. Sorry, I forgot about you guys that you have that. So when you have that, don't play. Okay, just so we can get that rhythm. One more time. Letter E. Actually, no seconds. Just viola and cellos. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. All right. So let's go back to E and have everyone and keep moving. Just watch out because those rhythms come back. So make sure you keep counting. Everybody at E. 1, 2. So we can get that transition again. Now letter G, it's obviously the minor of that really sweet sounding melody that we had earlier. So let's bring out that change. Mari, you're doing a really nice job. Violin 2s, when you have that counter line, really bring that out a little more. And everybody just keep your tones dark. So let's go back to letter G. At letter G, yes.
James, you are actually out of time.
Never mind.
Thank you, James.